I got COVID again, which is a problem. Sorry guys, my bad. Didn't mean to.
Weak ass immune system.
Unfortunately, my immune system, it was off for the week. I was giving him some vacation time, and he really dropped the ball. And now his job will be gone. He was left in poverty.
He's fired.
He's fucking fired. Welcome everybody back to the fucking GrubCast.
Your favorite cast about grubs.
Oh my god. We're doing... This is incredible. This is insane. We're here with some more fucking Homestuck.
Here's some inside information from Betty Crocker. It's the most exciting thing you can do with the inside of a cake. Introducing the Betty Crocker Bacon Fill, a delightful new pan that lets you prepare a cake with all kinds of delicious fillings.
All right, we're coming back. Oh god, there you go. That was a great example of what I was about to explain, which is that if the editing on this episode is a little fucked up, too bad. I'm sorry. I'm still coughing up a fucking storm. I'm still koofing. I'm feeling good. I'm no longer contagious. Got that double negative test. I'm doing so good with no Roni. I got no Roni at all in my soul.
How are you feeling after not being infected?
After no longer having COVID, I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh, nice.
I'm just coughing my lungs out every 3 seconds for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I notice it a lot when you laugh.
Yeah, it's whenever I laugh is the problem, which means
like
that we're
death.
really... There will be no comedy on this episode of the GrubCast.
This is
absolutely
the no-joke
not.
episode.
This is fucking serious. Homestuck is the world's most serious comic.
We're gonna run this really straight edge, just...
Anyway, now that PSA is out of the way, guys, oh my goodness, let me tell you about our lovely Discord server that's down in the description right now. You can click it with your fucking mouse and come talk with a bunch of sick, cool Homestucks. They're all so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Down below, we have a Twitter account, at the GrubCast on Twitter. You can see dumb shit that I decide to say.
Oh, shit.
ET's not responsible unless I say something stupid, in which case ET totally tweeted that, guys. It wasn't my fault. And in this Discord server, maybe you want to lord yourself, maybe really prove that you're a cool motherfucker, you're a cool guy.
Show them your seat on the hemo spectrum.
Really show that you are the superior troll, right? Oh man, my blood's fucking like a shade of blue, bro. You guys are a bunch of fucking yellow commoners. Get destroyed.
Get out of here.
You can donate to our fucking Patreon that's down in the description below. $3 will get you a sick Discord role, and $5 will get you all the artwork from all the episodes. Like this beautiful art on screen, Ascend Casually. It's a really cool...
God.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. We're bringing back the fucking Midnight Crew versions of us that haven't been seen since like episode 4.
I love it. Look how casual we are.
Oh my god, we're so fucking casual. And speaking of our Patreon, thank you so much to our patrons. Our $3 patron, singular, not Lama, thank you so much. And our $5 patrons, Lizard King, Changeable Landscape, Ada, Blue Liz, My Homestuck Dante, and Mia Bowman. Toby is gone. He's left us. He became a moderator in our Discord, and he came on the show, and then he said, fuck you guys, I never have to give you money ever again, and he fucking left.
That's what he was doing it for.
That's what he was doing, yeah. He went on vacation for a little bit, and it was a vacation, it was a quest to delete his Patreon subscription, to give us no money whatsoever. Fuck you, Toby, I hate you. How dare you?
It's because we're paying him too much as a mod.
Yeah, his paycheck he's making 6 figures now.
He doesn't even care.
I'm actually destitute. I've given all my money to Toby to run the server. Thank you, everybody. That's it. We're done chilling.
Yes, we love
Time
you.
for some fucking Homestuck. Ooh.
All right.
It's been a little bit, but we're getting back to the swing of things. With Act 6, Intermission 2. The last thing that happened was we just found out that Betty Crocker is an alien and took over the world. Mm-hmm. So, thank God, we're bringing the stakes back down. Andrew Hussey is just nursing Slick back to health.
While he's dressed like the main protagonist from, was it Complacency of the Learned or something?
Yeah, Complacency of the Learned, which we'll have some fucking lore drops about later. Oh my god. But yeah, he's dressed up as Complacency of the Learned man, who is already Hussey to some extent. And Spade Slick has robot arms?
Yeah, he's cyborg Slick now.
Yeah, he's really ascending. The blessed machine spirit has really shown him some kindness, and he's a robot now, which is fucking sick, and I love it. So this is now going to become easier to distinguish between all the Jacks.
Yeah.
So you have Kid Jack, who is currently a dog. You have Troll Jack, who is Spade Slick, who's now a robot, and we have our new Jack, who is just kind of still normal.
Yeah, just a guy.
Yeah,
right
he's just
now.
kind of a dude. He's kind of a homie. But he's just chilling out, and he loves knives. And
he's
boy,
in jail too. But
that's way fucking later. But he is, and he will get so many fucking knives from #OurBoyClubs, dude.
The best character in the series.
Literally the best. He's gonna beat Lord English. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's gonna be incredible. Act 7 is actually just like a 9-minute fight scene of Clubs dudes kicking the shit out of Lord English. And it's fucking beautiful.
I would love that.
It'd be so good, right?
I'd be like, wait, no, none of the plot led up to this, but this is amazing.
This was not established at all, but like honestly, I'm okay with this. Lord English is here, by the way. Just letting you know.
Oh yeah,
he's already here.
He's already here.
Already here is practically all he ever is.
All
This
he ever
fucking
is.
asshole.
He stays already here.
But before we can deal with the fallout of that, we get a fucking incredible conversation with Karkat.
Oh, I was thinking about all the stabs between him and Hussey, but go ahead.
Oh my god! Oh, there's a lot of stabbing that goes on, but most of that happens later. This is all that really gets established here is that Lord English is here and he shows up and he's fucking horrifying. But we just kind of cut away pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
KK screaming into the void.
It's so good. I love this conversation so much.
Until 10 minutes in the future, Karkat answers.
It's such a good time loop because you get to see him get shittier and like more and more angry over the course of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like he starts out being the reasonable one, and then he gets just super fucking angry over the course of it, and then immediately gets messaged by his past self, which explains why he's so fucking angry at the beginning. It's like perfect. I love it.
I also think that this kind of shows the growth of Karkat v. Karkat, if that makes sense. To me, it seems like in this conversation, they're just kind of yelling at each other and like really taking the piss and whatnot. But I feel like they're more willing. Future one is more willing to learn and move forward with this than I feel like. Because like he starts off as the angry one and slowly realizes like, oh man, I've taken this a step too far. This is actually my fault, and I've kind of self-fulfilling prophecy.
You get
myself.
to see in one conversation like the growth of this person.
Yeah,
it's really funny. I like it. It's like genuinely hits in some deep character places while still being hilarious and really fun to read.
Yeah, I concur.
A lot of this conversation tends to revolve around like the more existential side of things. Like, we've met versions of ourselves that are, by any objective standpoint of suburb, more successful. They did a better job. Yeah. But because, like, arbitrarily that wasn't the thing that was supposed to happen, their timeline is doomed and they got fucking murdered. Died. Yeah.
And it's like, well, what was my choice even? Like, what did I do even? What did anything I do even matter, you know? Yeah.
And we also, we find out the mayor's back, which thank fuck.
Hey.
So it was like an alternate god tier Fefri that revived the mayor and he's a real boy again. Thank fuck. I love him. I love the mayor.
The mayor's great.
Yeah, mayor's back. Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
I fucking love him. I'm so happy he's back. Speaking of other characters as well, they kind of talk about Terezi a lot in this.
Yeah, because they've now that everyone's on the ship together except for Jade and John. All these J names. Fuck.
There's so many J names, man.
It's killing me. But now that everyone's on the ship except for Jade and John, Dave and Terezi have been spending a lot of time together because obviously they've had the most like connection. She's kind of been like his like god troll essentially. So now they've like gotten to talk a lot more on a one-on-one basis, and Karkat's getting hella jealous.
He's so fucking pissed off. He's like, this fucking asshole's macking on my girl,
and I can't tell if she's into it because she's trying to get back at me or she's really into him. And then future Karkat's like, bro, you've kind of been sending her mixed signals since like the day you've been born.
Yeah, you kind of for like over a year now. This has not been helpful. Like
you haven't really given her incentive to think that this is a relationship she would want to pursue or you would want to pursue. So is it weird she's going after human guy with red blood?
Yeah, I don't know. So Karkat, at this point, Karkat starts to hatch a plan, a beautiful plan that is, wow.
Oh man.
But we don't. We'll have to wait in dread for that to happen.
Oh god.
Dave and Rose and Kanaya are fucking chilling, and the first thing they establish is that Gamzee is still gone.
I haven't seen him.
Man's been hiding. Yeah, where is he? I wonder. God, how fucking surprised were you,
Bro?
At approach? Oh God,
I was
we'll
shell
get to
shocked,
that.
but we'll get to it.
We'll get to that. But holy shit! Like when I got there, like I knew that was happening, but it only just hit me. Like, oh my God, ET has to like react to this.
What?
But yeah, Gamzee's gone. No one knows where he is. Definitely not us. Kanaya's like, damn. I sure hope I can find him for no reason in particular. Certainly nothing relating to my chainsaw. Vroom, vroom.
I totally don't want to slice him in half.
Yeah, she wants him to fucking die. And then Dave's like, dude, do you want to hate fuck him? And she's like, no,
I'm not.
I don't mean this in like a
He's
like a flirty way. Like, I just want him to fucking die. Like,
whatever your alien word for hate fuck is.
Yeah, she's just like, no. There's literally none of that. Like, I hate him in a purely platonic manner. I want him to fucking die.
I hate him in a purely platonic way.
I think that comes up in this conversation. What's worth noting though, Rose, fucking baller, wife. She's totally cool with Kanaya hate dating people.
Yeah,
because she's like, that's like a troll. That's like a part of troll culture. Like you can fill multiple quadrants, and it's like not a cheating thing. Yeah. And like I don't want to fuck up. Like, I don't particularly care about it since it's almost like an entirely different thing to me that, like, I don't even really view as romance.
Yeah.
But to her, that's important. So, like, that's, like, a part of troll culture that I'm not going to try and, like, it's fine. Go for it.
Yeah. Like
so it's not what's happening, but if it was, Rose would be chill with it.
Secure
and,
in
like,
himself.
Yeah, look at Rose is fucking... I love Rose and Kanaya's relationship. It's really fucking
it's really sweet.
Hell yeah.
I think I have a quote from this scene.
Oh, God.
This is, after Kanaya says, oh, yeah, I just want to murder him. Sorry if that's like offensive in your culture or some shit. And Dave responds with, I mean, I bet you think you're imparting some really obscure cultural facts about trolls, but really if a human said to another human, hey man, can you tell me where your best clown friend is hiding so I can chainsaw him to death? Just for your information, that would probably be in bad form too.
Yeah, just so you know, I know you think that like murder being bad is like some wild alien. No, like we're kind of on the same page here. Don't even sweat it.
This one I get. I just thought that was really humorous.
It's a great... Dave's, like, great in this section. And oh boy, we'll get to it. But this section, like, Dave is, like, really solid. I really like it.
This is a really funny good bit for Dave.
Dave, like, goes to get some, like, shitty coffee out of the pod as it's time for some exposition that is cool, and I like it.
The coffee spills on the table, and it looks like that Scotty Dog soup.
Oh, my God.
That Miss Paint was bringing him.
You know, thank God Mrs. Paint is making some beautiful Scotty dogs. Get this man his Scotty dogs. He clearly needs them.
She also made a little origami Scotty dog.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's adorable.
Yeah, no, she's a really sweet lady.
I like Mrs. Paint. That's the best part of Home Slice is that Mrs. Paint is the main character, and it's fucking sick.
I bet, yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's like awesome. It's like genuinely really great and endearing.
She's the best character for that.
And she's like a news lady, and Jack Noir is like her cameraman. And he's like constantly trying to like find times to like slip away and find more knives and shit. It's great. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, that's actually good.
Yeah. They start talking about what's going on with the new fucking session, right? Mm-hmm. So their session was null, right? They knew that it wouldn't win, and therefore Skaya made it so they would never win, right? Yeah. It's the whole time loop, whatever, right? We knew that you would fuck this up, therefore your session was always going to fuck up, therefore it is impossible to win by design, right? So the new kids session, little bit different. It's like a subset of that.
Yeah, it's not a null session.
It is a null session.
Oh, I mean, it's not a void session.
All squares are parallelograms, but you know, that type of shit.
Yeah.
A void session is a null session. It's just a special subgroup of null session that is essentially you didn't prototype before you got in the game. Therefore, you've essentially soft locked yourself.
Yeah.
That's what a void session is. It's a spurb soft lock.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing can kind of progress or happen, so you just kind of have to sit there until you like die of old age.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah. Which like is better, I guess.
I feel like objectively it's better than the situation the kids got.
Yeah, which is oh god, we're all about to die in one day.
Everything's gonna die
on my birthday.
On my birthday, yeah. It's
also the nature of a void session is that Earth doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah, no reckoning.
Yeah, and there's no reckoning, which is where all those fucking meteors came from. So like, it is like objectively much better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Good for them. They lucked out. Unfortunately, it's gonna be pretty boring.
Yeah.
We get to see some of their void session later. And it does involve a lot of just kind of sitting around and waiting for shit to happen that never will. But in this case, will happen because our boys are coming to check them out.
Coming through.
But yeah,
it's interesting that like I've had this like feeling while I've been reading this like the second half of Homestuck of like, man, like things are happening and this is like a fun read, but it does feel like much slower.
It is a lot slower.
Don't get me wrong, they were under a time crunch like hell, but like it just feels like this kind of like is very much like a more lackadaisical, just like well, we're getting there and we'll ascend more casually.
Yeah,
know?
exactly. I feel like essentially is a great way to put it, like throughout all of Act 6. And for the most part, I think it works. There are some, again, there is one specific point of the comic that I consider the slow part. And at that point, it does get way too slow, right? But I think for the most part, they've pulled it off. They've kind of swerved the comic into a more, like, character-focused side of things.
Yeah.
And while I don't think they stick the landing on some of the characters, on the ones that they do stick it with, it works really well, like having this slower pace to it. So, like, applying the Act 6 pacing structure back to our old characters, like, works really well because now we're just getting to spend time with these characters outside of this horrific time crunch that was their original session.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a void session and that's, like, empirically, like, a part of what their universe is now, it makes me appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Because now it's not like, Hussey's, like, lost his touch or some shit. No, this is, like, a active choice he made because this universe is much slower.
The pacing of their session by very design is that it stretches on forever and nothing fucking happens. So, like, I think it's interesting that he's able to work that into the pacing of the story, but it's still not boring. Like, if it was boring, and then he was like, well, it's supposed to be. I'd be like, well, fucking die. I
don't care.
Right? I do not give a shit. But it's not boring. It's just slow.
It's just slow, yeah.
And being slow is not a bad thing. It's just different from Acts 1 through 5. So I think that's a great way to put it. They've worked the pacing of the story into the text of the story in a way that's really cool
like
and thematic, and I like.
Yeah.
So the new plan is essentially their battlefield can never prototype. So they're soft clocked. So we're going to bring our battlefield, which Jade has. You're right. There's so many Jade. I almost said Jane.
Right? It's like Jane, Jake, John, Jade. Fuck.
But we're gonna bring our battlefield, plug it into their Sky, do a little organ transplant, stick it in there, throw the frog in the middle, win the game. Boom, bam, boom, bop.
Probably
easy
fight
peasy.
Jack. You know.
It'll be so sick. It'll be so awesome. But fighting Jack will be easier when we have twice as many people to fight him with. It'll be super cool and sick. Please ignore the fact that the number of Jacks will also double.
Yeah, but not all of them are evil.
Yeah. Then Karkat's here.
Oh, and then Karkat gets here.
Oh, dear God. Karkat, everybody out of the goddamn way. I've got a lab full of humans, a mouth full of yelling, and a tortured psychological profile full of totally hysterical emotions and unaired grievances at practically everybody. Incredible line from Karkat Vantaz. Karkat has a bit of a business proposition.
Oh, yeah. But before we get fully into that...
Oh, boy, all right.
There's just a few, like, minor things right before I want to cover. So, Dave and Rose talk about how they'd like to have, like, a debriefing for, like, all the research and shit. Honestly, just Rose and Kanaya, it seems, have been doing.
Yeah.
And it's like,
just kind of being smart people in the corner doing smart people things.
Well, everyone else just kind of fucks around, I guess.
Bill's fucking Gantown and shit in the corner. Gamzee just chilling in the vents.
Like, my thing is, like, why isn't everyone just all helping with this research? I get, like, some of them aren't, like, built for it, but they could ask Rose for something to do.
There's also an amount of it that, keep in mind, this is, like... They had it was 24 hours of nonstop mortal terror and, like, destroying the universe. And they're aware that they have 3 years ahead of them of nothing. I think we can forgive them for taking some months to chill the fuck out.
I get that. But she says it's been a year.
Yeah, it's been a year.
That whole first year, nobody.
Yeah, so they're just kind of vibing, and some people are doing some stuff that's productive, but, like, they're only a third of the way through. They've got shit. They've got time. They've got so much time.
But I don't know. I guess if I were in that scenario of just coming out of, oh man, we were going to die tomorrow and now we have 3 years, I'm spending at the very least some of that first year trying to figure out how we're going to move forward, because we're still not out of the weeds yet. Like, Jack is still on our butts.
But also, to be fair, like, they have Rose's classic powers to assure them, like, literally nothing bad can happen to us for the next 3 years.
Yeah, it'll be smooth sailing getting there, but I don't know. It seems like Dave has like no concept of what's gonna happen once they get there until this conversation. And I guess if I were there, I would want to know more. I would have been there like, all right, what could I do to make sure we don't die after Jack catches up to us in 3 years?
I think this definitely is just a byproduct of the fact that like we haven't seen them.
Yeah.
So like I'm alright to hand wave it. Like the conversation happened. I guess you could say like, yeah, well, they probably would have had this conversation earlier. And I'm like, sure, but like, whatever. It happens, and like it needed to happen at a time that where it was on screen so the audience could understand what the fuck the plan was.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Like, fair enough.
That's fair.
If you're going to move some conversations around timing-wise to work better for the flow of the comic, you get the molten seal of approval. You get a big old high five from me.
There's also a moment of inner monologue with Dave as he's getting the coffee. He's like, man, we don't have any parents here. We should be getting like drunk and like having a good time. But wait, do trolls even do that? And I just like that he like takes a moment to analyze troll world for a second.
Yeah, like how does this work for troll world?
Like, how does that even?
It's fucking sick. I love it. All right, now it's time for Karkat's weird double girlfriend situation.
Yeah.
Karkat wants Dave and him to essentially like sub in and out at being Terezi's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like they.
Like, whenever one's flush, the other will be black, and then when the other one's black, that one will be flush.
He specifically is like, we just have to schedule it out. We just have to schedule out how one of us will feel for her at any given moment.
Any given
Dave's
time.
like, that's one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard. What are you saying? And yeah, it is explicitly stated that, like, Dave's like, did you even ask Terezi about this? And he's like, no, absolutely not. But
Not
I
yet.
will eventually. But like, let's get this sorted out between us. Because there's 0% chance that Terezi's okay.
There
with
is
this.
absolutely
no way.
He's like, read this, and he's like, there's no fucking way.
Read this fucking romance novel while I draw my shipping grid.
I love how accusatory.
I'm drawing a grid, and Dave's like, the fuck you are.
No, you're not.
Absolutely.
I don't want to see squares or concentric polygons. Fuck that.
I don't want to see your lines making any right angles. Do you understand? The Karkat. In my mind's eye, I am picturing a beautiful lattice of lines and compartments, interlocking with sublime precision at 90-degree angles. I imagine this modular reticulation as an elegant vessel, if you will, for the grand synthesis of our shared shipping dreams.
Shared shipping.
So fucking good. This section is just great. They're drawing so many dicks.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh
They're
my
drawing
god,
a lot of
Karkat,
dicks.
why are you drawing all these human dicks?
Yeah.
How
do you even know what those look like? He's like, that's not me. I don't. It's like, how do you know it wasn't either of us? Maybe it's penis Ouija. There's a ghost that's drawing all these things. And by the end, like the mask just drops so far that Dave just says, and I quote, "Shut up and draw another penis." It's one of so fucking good.
My favorite part of that whole argument is after the tussle and they fall to the floor and drop the pin, Karkat's all wrapped up in Dave's cape. And he's, well, first he was like, man, I can't believe I said, stop, don't touch my cape, and was serious about it. But he grabs him and then he suplexes him onto the nearby table.
Fucking beautiful.
I love that, because I was like, oh, what is he doing? Oh, suplex.
Don't touch my fucking cape.
That shit killed me.
They're basically like, all right, everyone, say the fuck where you are. We're about to pass through a dream bubble. Which transition us lovely into Jade and John. Let's catch up with our prospect boys.
Yeah.
They're playing Ghostbusters 2, the RPG.
Yeah, the MMO RPG.
Good for them.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm thrilled for that. Did you see like the characters in it were like typing in the in-game chat like nine, like all the consorts
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. All the consorts are playing the fucking MMO. And oh my goodness, Jade and Dave Sprite are going to go on a date?
Right?
That's super cute. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how it works conceptually, but
I mean, they're both sprites, I guess.
She seemed very against that belief.
I mean, against what belief? That they're going to go on a date?
No, being a sprite.
Being a sprite?
I think John, I was about to say Jake. Well, I think John says it to her. He's like, aren't you also a sprite? And she's like, no, I am not a sprite. Like,
yeah, but I also think that's just coming from
her hate from...
Yeah, from Jade Sprite. Like, by all objective means, like, she is one. I don't know what to say. Like, she is. Like,
she doesn't accept that title, okay?
Yeah, she doesn't want to identify as a sprite. She literally is one. She combines with one and gains its sprite powers. Like, I don't know what to say. She's a dog. You can prove that she's a sprite by the fact that she's a doggy. Still.
Oh, man.
She's a furry, which means she's a sprite. That's how it works. Meanwhile, John over here, based alpha Chad John Egbert, says, I could not give a fuck about all relationships. They are cringe.
Yeah, I'm done with every relationship
John
ever.
Egbert, first documented MGTOW. Oh my goodness.
Or last, depending on what the planet was like.
Yeah, they're probably... Glad he's carrying on their noble tradition.
He's letting it.
Men go their own way. John Egbert. Fucking incredible.
Fuck dates.
Literally all relationships are cringe and bad, and therefore I'm going out on my own to hang out and play Ghostbusters 2, the Morphica, with all these fucking salamanders. It's gonna be hype.
The last girl I had a crush on died, so fuck that.
Yeah. Based King John Egbert. John goes to sleep by running into a fucking wall.
Oh yeah, he was holding on to Jade and BAM!
And he meets new trolls.
And falls in love. But yeah, no, he doesn't fall in love. I'm thinking Jake, who fell in love when he first saw her.
Yeah, no, that's later.
John just is like, whoa, and then thinks of himself.
Well, John meets Roxy, and Roxy's asleep.
That's what...
John also meets a troll named Mina.
There we go.
And Mina is awesome, and I love her. I'm gonna tell you right now, Mina is out of this like new batch of trolls. My favorite one.
Really?
I think Mina is on a similar level as the OG-12.
I thought Yu was your favorite. Big Yu.
Yes.
Is he not a troll?
He's a fuck. I fucked it up. God damn it. I'm a fucking asshole.
I detected it.
Oh no. God
Objection.
Damn it. All right,
Mina can't be your favorite. Yu's a troll.
God damn it. You Phoenix Wrights to me and I'm an asshole. No, he's not.
Caught you slipping.
He's not a new troll. But honestly, you could have probably figured that out by this point anyway. Because they don't really act like trolls at all.
Yeah, no. They're weird.
Yeah, they're weird as hell. They will only get more weird the more you learn about them. But honestly, by this point, you could probably go like, wait a fucking minute. If these new trolls are meant to be the ancestors of the other trolls, who are these fucking assholes?
These guys.
Yeah, so I think you could have probably figured it out by this point. But fuck, that's my bad.
It's all good. I Phoenix righted you. It's all good.
Yeah, I know. I love Mina a lot. She's great, and she will only continue to be more great as time goes on. She fucking rules. I love her.
By great, do you mean violent?
Kind of. But also just super fun to hang out with. She's just like a really fun character.
Yeah, she is really fun. She seems a little too hostile for me. Like, she was like, oh, you see that girl over there? I'm gonna stab her.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking stab that bitch.
And it's like, oh, do you know her?
No, absolutely not.
I saw her floating over there and I want to stab her, so I'm going to stab her. And I'm like, oh, okay.
She knows what she wants. She's going out there and getting what she wants. I mean, to be fair, what we find out in the conversation with... Is it the next one? It's literally the next conversation, so we'll talk about it right now. Mina is the before us version of the Empress.
Yeah. She's the Empress from Peaceful Alternative, or A1.
Yes. Okay. So I find the A1, A2, B1, B2 shit a little confusing. Really? I don't know why. Huh. I just like referring to them as before us, Alternia, pre-scratch, post-scratch. That's like how it makes sense in my brain for some reason. Even though there's a scratch in both of them. Yeah. In my brain, that's just how I think about it.
That's funny.
Before us, Alternia, pre-scratch, post-scratch.
That's funny to me because, like...
even though before us is also pre-scratch, it's just how I think about it. I don't know.
What's-her-face was like, oh yeah, this will help ease confusion.
Yeah, exace. It like, introduces that, and I'm just like,
too much.
Man, I can't fucking... the reason why is because I think that A2... I think that B2 is technically John Egbert, which is weird as fuck. I think that's why. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I was like, wait, is it?
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. Whatever. The numbers they're there. You can use the numbers if you want. I don't use the numbers. They mess with my brain.
If someone could put a very simple chart or shipping grid at the bottom to explain.
Please draw a universe shipping grid in the comments out of like hyphens.
Yeah, I need to figure out what, and in the process, explain what A1 and A2 are, so we can all get this
this shit on lockdown. But yeah, Mina is before us Empress, which is why she's kind of a violent asshole. She's like, these fucking...
I'm so fucking peaceful over here.
I fucking hate that shit. No. So, like, that's what I mean. Like, she's just, like, really fun.
She was born in a world of peace and just, like, very kind people and was like, man, I hate this.
This fucking sucks.
This is some bullshit.
Damn, all these pansies, bro.
I just want to murder. Who I want to murder.
It's not that... Okay, we're going a little bit far with it. We get to find out a little more about Mina later on, like, near the end of this section. But, like, generally, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a little more subtle than that, but it's yeah, that's important to remember, is that she's alt-universe empress. Yeah, she specifically says that, like, oh, my plan worked if I'm dead, right? Mm-hmm. And then, and then she tries to stab Roxy, and then John pushes her out of the way, gets stabbed, wakes up.
That wasn't heroic, so...
No, well, because that was Roxy's dream version, which is, like, you know, a person. This is just, like, John's soul in the dream bubbles, I guess. Yeah. So, like... It's not really John per se. This is not the same as a dream version of yourself.
Yeah, because his dream and regular self fuse
to make God tiers, right? So now when he falls asleep, he goes into the dream bubbles, which is more just like it's just like he gets to hang out and chill in the dream bubbles. But like if bubbles, then like he just wakes up. It doesn't hurt him.
Okay.
Like if he wasn't God tier, it wouldn't matter. Like he would get stabbed and then he'd just like wake up.
Okay, I was thinking, because they're both one now, he can die in both places.
No,
it would just have to be heroic or something.
No, this is just weird dream bubble shit. Like if you die on the dream bubble and like you don't, you're not like a dream version. Like it's just you're just like fine basically.
Weird, but okay, I'll accept that as a rule.
Yeah, it's fine. Terezi and Arania is a weird one.
Oh, yeah. She comes to her when she's like, oh, shit, I just got blinded.
Yeah, Terezi relives a memory of Vriska just being super fucking psychotic.
I have in my notes, oh, right, I forgot how evil Vriska could be at her peak evil.
Yeah, at her peak evil, Vriska's super fucking evil.
Like, she's a dick.
Yeah.
I almost forgot with all the sweet dead Vriska stuff.
That's when we really get to see Arania for the first time, like, truly. Because, like, we got to see a glimpse of her before it with Jake, but, like, now it's like, all right, we got Arania. Mm-hmm. Arania's Baby Mindfang.
Yeah,
I will refer to Arania as Baby Mindfang from here on out. I refuse to call her by her actual name, Mindfang.
Man, I don't even think that's true, though.
No, it's not, but I don't care.
Like, they're not even kind of the same character.
They are.
Like, in terms of, like, how they
biology
act, it doesn't seem like like, personality-wise, they seem like very different people.
The idea is that Arania talks about it, I think... it might be in this one. I don't remember. In one of our conversations, she talks about the concept. So we'll just talk about it now.
Yeah.
How she kind of feels this, like, want to be this, like, super imposing, like, outgoing, takes what they want, don't give a shit about anybody.
I think that's
but because of, like, the social society of before us, she felt, like, essentially pushed into her responsibility of, like, being a responsible person. So, before us is, like, just as social... brain fuckery, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's just not nearly as shitty as Alternia.
Yeah.
Because, like, the social brainwashing is be a cool guy who, like, helps the poor and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas in Alternia, the social brainwashing is kill that fucker.
Shit on the people beneath you.
Literally kill that guy. So, like, I totally believe that Arania, in a society that doesn't give a shit about any of that, would become Mindfang.
Okay. Yeah.
And also, she's literally Baby Mindfang. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
biologically, she's Baby Mindfang.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with that fact. I'm more just saying, like, from what,
I want to call her Baby Mindfang. Fuck you.
I'm not going to stop you. Actually, I'm going to stop you.
Oh,
fuck
shit. Most of this conversation past that point just goes into dealing with, like, the fallout of killing Vriska.
Yeah. And how that weighed on Terezi.
I have a long-ass quote to read, so if you have stuff to say about this, say it first.
Oh, there was a moment while I was reading it where I think Arania Baby Mindfang takes control of, like, Vriska's part of the conversation. And she's like, oh, yeah, like, it's all good, bro. Like, this is just a memory and shit. And she's being really nice. And I was like, oh, man, this is a really sweet conversation between Vriska and Terezi.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
It is not at all that.
We get to see Vriska later. Vriska's still kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
She's not quite as evil anymore.
Yeah, just a dick, which is...
Fair enough.
You
know what? So a big part of this is, like, Terezi blaming herself for... Terezi understands that, like, I had two options. I either killed her or we all died.
Mhm.
But she essentially blames herself for, like, being too shitty with her powers to, like... She essentially feels that, like, if she had a better understanding of her powers, she could have...
Seen more options.
Yeah, made it so... Well, not seen more options there, but essentially made it so that she didn't paint herself into that corner.
Into the only two.
Right?
Yeah.
We as outsiders know that Gamzee had a lot to do with it as well.
Mhm.
Like, the notes he was leaving around, he was, like, specifically trying to...
Make this
occur. Because it needs to happen.
Mhm.
So that's part of it. And so she's kind of right. Like, if she had a greater understanding of her powers, she would have understood, like, Gamzee's role in it and probably wouldn't have ended up having to kill Vriska to some extent. And Arania does this speech that I really quite like, which is, you killed a friend, and you understandably feel regret, but it's done. She's gone and you're still here. Now what? You could look for absolution through rationalization. Everyone would have died if you didn't take action, so why trouble yourself with guilty emotion? But there's no real healing power in believing that. Or what about through enunciation of responsibility? If you were just a tool used by reality to perpetuate itself, where is the blame? But that would be another empty idea that has no power to heal. You have been led to believe such acts of violence are natural for your kind, and that if you're upset by the consequences, then something is wrong with you. But it isn't as natural as you might think. That conditioning was part of Milkshake's long con. Violence was respected and celebrated on your world, but remorse was rarely felt, and pain could never heal due to such empty justifications. We died out a wounded race, and you are all that's left. The process of healing first involves sifting through what isn't, which happens to be almost everything your troubled mind has to offer. It takes time, and is only accelerated by looking at things honestly. I love that fucking section. It is, like, perfect. It almost, like, lays out, like, the main moral quandary of, like, Homestuck as a comic is, like, this idea of, like, how responsible for you are your actions in a, like, very fatalist world.
Yeah.
And a big part of this conversation is that, like, whether or not, like, the greater context forces you into something, you still did it. And whether or not you understand that that's right or wrong, it will still affect you no matter what. Even understanding the greater concepts at play in a fatalist narrative like Homestuck doesn't absolve you of, like, the ramifications of those decisions. Yeah. And, like, the internal effect that they will have on you and the fact that you still have to cope with them afterwards. I really fucking like this conversation. Baby Mind Fang kind of hit it. And it's kind of like how we were talking at work a while ago. Like, you were talking about, like, how evil is Doc Scratch really? And I think this conversation relates back to that really well. This idea of, like, it doesn't really matter if Doc Scratch was fated to do everything he did. The consequences that he caused were evil and tangible, and people still have to fucking deal with that. Yeah. So, like, that still characterizes him. Or more accurately, if your character wasn't already like that, the fate wouldn't have been able to take advantage of it, right? Yeah. That's still his personhood.
Those are still choices he made.
Exactly, yeah. They're just choices he made that happened to go along with the Alpha timeline. Yeah. Anyway, I really like that section. It's really good. It's pretty cool. It's pretty great. I love it. Moving on. We get a quick cutaway to Male Princess and fucking Jack just duking it out. Yeah. They're fucking fighting. Oh boy. Here we go. Andrew is being chased down by Lord English.
Well, is he being chased or is he running to his death? Because he's already there.
He's already there, and there's nothing you can do. I do like that, yeah, like he pushes Spade's flick off the side, and he's like, he's already here again? Are you fucking serious?
What is with
just getting,
this
like,
guy?
fed up. And he's like, he tries to, like, shoot him with the gun, and it's empty. He just fucking throws it at him. It just, like, bogs on his head. And so he takes out his fucking complacency of the learned magic wands.
I believe in magic.
Please let magic be real. Please let magic be real. Please let magic be real. I believe that magic is real right now. I believe so hard in its reality that it is becoming slightly less fake before our very eyes. I believe its fakeness was just a lie coughed up from a dark magician's spurious asshole. I believe in fairies. I believe dragons are bullshit. I believe heartily in the giggles of all the cherubs in heaven and the metric tons of special stardust they consume every day to fuel their laughter. I believe with the conviction of a million frothing zealots and the combined pranks of a billion leprechauns strong, and in the tiny erections they get from playing them. But the most of all, I believe in you, Rufio. I believe in you. So Andrew fucking dies.
He's like, who am I kidding? Magic's not real.
Yeah, no. I failed you, Rufio.
And he gets lit up.
Oh my goodness, he's dead as hell.
Then we cut to Vriska wandering the desert.
Can we talk about what just happened here?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Lord English, the villain of Homestuck, has now killed the author of Homestuck.
The book, yeah. He's writing the book now.
Yeah, he is literally the villain of Homestuck, who is meant to be the concept of causality itself, has usurped the writer as the main determiner of things that happen. What the fuck? Lord English as a pure power of causality is so powerful that what he says to happen is more than the person writing the fucking story. Andrew Hussey has less control over the narrative than Lord English.
Yeah, man, he just murdered him.
Yeah. Wow.
He's got complete control of the reins right now.
So Homestuck is going to continue to play around with the idea of death of the author quite a bit, in case you were wondering. It's not very subtle about it. Lord English just killed the author. So death of the author is going to also be explored a lot more in Homestuck and Homestuck related media, and it's pretty cool, and I like it. And this is where that fucking starts. He's fucking dead. He's fucking dead. All right, well, now you're going. Talking about Vriska.
Yeah, Vriska's wandering the desert, looking rather dead. And then...
Just, chilling, being dead and shit.
And then she stumbles upon Andrew Hussey?
There he is. He just fucking died.
He just died, but he's also right there.
Well, he's in the dream bubbles now, because he's dead.
Oh.
He's a ghost.
This is dead Andrew Hussey.
Yeah,
now I get it.
Yeah.
And he's like, marry me!
Marry me!
And she punches him.
She fucking decks Andrew Hussey, and I'm so sad that Vriska's here. I'm so sad, because Vriska let me dream of a beautiful John Vrisk endless relationship in a dream bubble of doomed John and Vriska chilling out, dating and being cool. I want to think about that. No, why would you ruin that?
I guess they tried it and didn't work out.
Yes, but I'm sad about it.
At least our John doesn't have to go through that. He already has sworn off relationships.
Yeah, our John already became the eternal, immortal MGTOW. John will never have to deal with that.
That's his aspect now.
Oh my god. Could you imagine that, really a weird character arc where, fucking in the epilogues, John shows up and he's, a men's rights activist? You're like, what the fuck, John? What happened to you?
Whoa.
He's like, I can't fucking stand these bitches. It's like, oh my god, John. Whoa.
Someone put him
Guys,
down.
we should have maybe left John. Maybe we should have let John fly through that portal in Act 4. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if... Dave Sprite, I understand you were trying to do the right thing. I don't think you understood what he would grow up to become.
But...
Oh my god. He turns around, he starts writing pickup artistry books.
I'm above all this, but here's something for you guys. Guide
to pick up women in the Inciphosphere. He sells 40 books that are all the same book,
Yeah, he'd sell them to the consorts.
John just becomes Roosh V, basically, is what I'm describing. God, no, so some horrors are too much to even think about.
And then that's the close of intermission 2.
Yes, it's time for Miststuck. That's what this section is referred to as Miststuck.
Miststuck?
Yes, there's a game called Mist that I haven't played. But it's like an adventure-y, puzzly game.
And it's similar to this?
Yeah, apparently there's a VR version of it as well that I might play. I don't know.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty hype, I guess. But yeah, it's Mist. It's time for some fucking puzzles. Did you solve these puzzles?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
By yourself? Genuinely?
Yeah, it wasn't the worst
thing. These puzzles were fucked up, man. They were hurting my brain.
Oh. It do be that.
I had to look up a guide. Yeah, I had to follow instructions for Miststuck.
When I can't figure
collect all those skulls and shit.
Yeah. When I can't figure out a puzzle, my first thought is just brute force it.
just click on everything.
Yeah, do everything possible, and then eventually I'll hit it.
No, I was fucking lost. I did not figure out how to pass these puzzles. I super went to the wiki, and they told me how to do the puzzles. But it was still cool, just like walking around, seeing Jane's land finally.
The land of crypts and helium. What's that? Loka?
Loka, yeah. I think that's what they call it. Genuinely, yeah. Which is a super cool fucking planet. Yeah, it's just all like skeletons.
It's all mysterious and shit.
Yeah, it's like all the like consorts are like dead.
Yeah, like,
so,
they
I guess she just doesn't
died.
have any consorts, which is fucked up.
And I'm not sure if that's like a factor of the game or not. Like if that's like a result of maybe like this void session they're in or something like that.
It's possible.
But,
genuinely, it's possible. It kind of ties into some stuff about the void sessions mechanics later.
They do when you're going through and you pick up the stone tablets from like the prehistoric salamanders that lived there. They do say we're certain we're not gonna make it, but all the heroes, and they list all the lands of our kids, and then they list all the lands of these kids, and they're like, they'll show up and everyone will be happy and shit. So it's like they knew this was going to go down.
Yeah, it's like they just kind of understood that they were about to get kind of fucked. Yeah, I wonder if the other kids have consorts on their lands. I don't remember. If the other kids don't have consorts either, it's definitely like a product of the void session.
Mm-hmm. But,
yeah, going into this, like, understanding that really gives a lot more insight into what's going on with their session. Super cool.
But she has little Sebastian, so she doesn't really need the what's it called, consorts.
Yu gives us a little, rings us up and says, "Oh my god, you're in the video game, it's so cool." And Jade's like, "Yeah, I'm solving puzzles and shit. What's going on with you?" And then she's like, "Oh, I was talking with my partner, and he agreed to play the game with us, and I took a nap, but I woke up, and he made such a big mess in here." And then Jane was like,
Hold up.
I thought you said you never met him. And she was like, "Yeah." He was like, "So how did that happen?" And she was like,
don't worry about it.
That's a cool question. I think my answer will be that we should talk about a different thing."
That's such a cool question. I want to talk about something else.
Have you heard about Final Fantasy VII Remake? It's pretty cool. Right. So what's going on? What's going on there?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is why I don't particularly feel bad that I spoiled that they aren't trolls. There's stuff like this that's like, all right, what the fuck's going on with these people? They're weird as hell. Right? And one of them is a lot more based than the other one. Roxy calls us to chew us out about Jake.
Yeah.
Man.
And she's like, oh yeah, and she's drunk as all hell.
Miststock makes me like Jane a little bit more.
Really?
Yeah, because I think we finally get to see an element of her character that has been talked up, but like, it's been given lip service, but no like screen time.
No one's
She's talking about like, oh, I like being a little detective. I like doing detective things, right? Mm-hmm. And spoiler alert as well. This shows up again in Pester Quest. Her route is like you solve a mystery. And it's fun as hell. When they lean into that, I like Jane a lot more.
Okay.
When Jane's just kind of like this weird detective girl that like likes doing detective things and like trying to figure out puzzles, I like that. Like Roxy's literally like, "How are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm having a fucking blast. I'm having so much fun doing these puzzles." And she's like, "Yeah, but did you fuck Jake yet?" And she's like, "I don't give it. Let me do my fucking puzzles." and like for the first time, I found myself like siding with Jane. I'm like, let her do her fucking puzzles. She's having a good time. Stop talking about this fucking Jake guy. She's clearly super passionate about puzzles. Let her fucking come on.
Let her puzzle it up.
Yeah.
But she almost says it like Roxy has some sort of investment in their relationship outside of wanting her friend's happiness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like before it was like, oh, Roxy's a shipper, I guess, and she also wants her friends to be together. But now it almost seems like there's something driving her outside of the story, or not outside of the story, but outside of what she's putting up front.
I don't think that's the case, but it.
She just really.
I think she's
into it.
I think she's just fucking wasted. For being honest,
I'd believe it. She gets wasted a lot.
Yeah, just like, have you gotten that British dick yet? And she's like, just let me fucking like put these skulls into these things and like collect money and do cool stuff.
I have a note that says, "Oh shit, real puzzles."
Yeah, it's fucking sick. It's like actual puzzles and shit. Talks to Jake real quick. Jake shows up and says, "Yo, how you doing? Anyway, my volcano's about to explode. Bye." And Jake's like, "No, wait, no. Fuck, that sounded important. Anyway, back to puzzles."
I left him on red too long. Damn.
Oh man.
Now he's gonna die.
Too busy being edgy.
One of the tablets says, is one of the ancient salamanders. And they're talking about how they're preparing for their fate. And it's like, oh, well, we were doing all this like research and shit, but I guess now we got to get to work on building our own graves.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
shit.
damn, bro.
Damn, that's messed up.
And
I feel bad for those little salamanders.
it had an
They're
exclamation
so
point on it, so he seemed upbeat about it.
you know, he was kind of chill about it, I guess.
He was-
Good for him.
He was like, I love my work, so this is okay.
I'm really passionate about grave digging. I always grew up, I wanted to be a grave digger, and now I've just found out that this is going to be extremely relevant. So, you know what? I was really ahead of the time. Autoresponder shows up. And I love autoresponder in this because autoresponder is engaging with Jane's hobbies and being cool.
Yeah,
Autoresponder's like, yeah, let's fucking work out these puzzles. You know, your house is ahead. You're going to have to do a cool puzzle to get your house back up.
I'll get
Yeah,
Little
that's-
Sebastian to help you out from
Yeah,
afar.
get little Sebastian to help you out with these fucking puzzles. Hell yeah.
Speaking of
Being
which,
supportive as shit.
what is up with Jake's lantern being out? Wasn't he the one that
Yeah.
died in his dream world? Or am I thinking of
Yeah, I
someone
think
else?
that's what it is, actually.
Okay.
Now that you point that out, I didn't really think about it. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, the green was that. But yeah, you're right. He's the only one whose dream self is dead, because we know that Jane kind of like revived herself or something.
Yeah.
Did some
life
sort of
stuff.
lifey thing.
Do a life thing.
Do
the life
But yeah, I think it has something to do with that. I genuinely don't remember. But you're probably on the right track. That checks out to me.
Oh, I saw the list of all the planets of the new kids, and none of them ended in F, so they don't have a space player. Which I guess I kind of knew already, but I
mean, we did
weird.
know that already. It outright says their class specs when they get introduced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
So we know that. I think they're Dirk is heart, Roxy's void, Jane is life, Jake is hope. So yeah, they don't have a space or a time player, which is also, it's one of those things where, like, again, their session was doomed from the start, therefore it was designed to be doomed, therefore it was,
Yeah,
right.
so-
And that's just another one of the ways that their session was just kind of like fucked inherently.
Yeah, they were made to not have a space or time player
Yeah.
so that they couldn't pass.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because they were never
But
gonna.
we're going to import. We're gonna kind of like we're porting a game from the fucking Genesis to the Saturn or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And we're porting in our old characters to fill that void, so everything's gonna be fine. It's all right. Notably, Dadbert's gone.
Oh,
Where's Dadbert? Dadbert fucking
Where is
left.
Dadbert? He just
He
dipped.
To be fair, his daughter was gone, so I'm sure Dadbert's like out there looking for his daughter, unaware that she has made it back to the house herself.
Yeah.
So good on Dadbert.
Yeah, that's a good dad point for him.
that's some more dad points for Dadbert. Dadbert's
He's
like
racking him up.
he's racking him up. He's great. His dad ladder, his dad a ladder. He's rocketing up those. He's getting so many boon dollars from his dad points.
Wait till he reach his grandfather tier.
So she gets back to her house. Just take it away.
Oh yeah, man. My note is G-Man, what is he doing here?
What the fuck? G-Man.
And he is just barding it up, selling wicked elixir.
He's very obviously selling the blood of trolls.
Oh yeah.
He's like describing like the troll that he got it from. I think he literally says like the brown blood. He's like, this will make your legs not work.
Make your legs not work, yeah.
He's why is he here?
Why is he here?
Why is he here?
How did he get here?
How what is this where he is?
But
What?
he's also wearing a thick ass cod piece.
Yes.
And
He's also god tier.
He's also god tiered.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, Damsey off screen has time skipped 2 years, teleported like before everyone else to an entirely alternate universe where he is now god tier, acts like a completely different character, selling bodies.
Selling bodies and blood, just
And he says like, "Damn, you need a guide. I've got that shit covered." And he creates the most horrible abomination I've ever seen.
yes, the most self-hating creature in existence.
Tavros spread.
Tavros.
Who hates everything about themselves so much that they immediately fucking explode and die. Which is the first and I think only record of a sprite dying in the comic.
Yeah, it's weird. I was thinking about that actually because I was like, man, so if sprites can kill themselves, why didn't Jade Sprite just do that when she was so upset about being
Jade
alive?
Sprite was... No. If you remember, Jade Sprite was upset about being alive, but she didn't want to die necessarily. That was a big part of it.
Yeah, she just wanted to go back.
She, didn't want to die, because that's fucking scary.
To me, it seemed like she didn't want to be killed by Jack, but I could also
I think it's
see
safe to say that Jade Sprite wouldn't have wanted to kill herself.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think Jade Sprite... like a big part of Jade's part was that she was like, oh my fucking god, I'm scared and everything is horrible and I'm sad and
But I don't know. It seems odd to me that a sprite that really wants to not exist and has the ability to, that they would have learned from spriting would not.
It's also unclear whether or not Tavros sprite really meant to. I think Tavros
True,
sprite is
true.
just kind of like in horrible
So
I think it just kind of happens almost.
That it just,
like the pure force of their hatred killed them. They self-destructed. They fucking spontaneously combusted.
and Tavros exploded.
Yeah, they Tavros exploded.
And then Gamzees gets knocked out of the house somewhere. Man, someone needs to keep an eye on that guy.
Which means, yeah, fucking Doc Scratch gonna come up. Don't turn your back on the Gamzees.
Don't turn your back on that
He
clown.
will fucking teleport across universes.
You thought he was scary before? He's a god
I'm
now.
telling you right now, this is only the beginning.
Oh, yeah, I assumed. How did he got here? How did he get
Gamzee
here?
is
How
from this
did
point
he
forward.
get
Gamzee
here?
is like just
Have you seen that the second this is a really weird tangent. Have you seen the second interdimensional cable where they're in the hospital?
Yes.
And there's that lady getting coffee with like the Worf face and
What?
yeah.
Wait, why are we talking about an interdimensional cable? What is?
It'll all come back.
All right, I'll come. I trust you. I trust you.
It'll be a loose connection, but it'll get there.
Rick and Morty was actually Homestuck the whole time.
Well, if you think about it. But yeah, that lady with Worf on her face, she gets teleported onto that like lamppost on that TV show of like,
Oh, yeah.
how did
I
she
get here?
How did she get
Oh.
here? And that, yeah,
That's
it's like,
Gamzee.
man, how the heck did he get
Oh
there?
my god! Someone make an edit of that. Someone make an edit of Gamzee. How did I get here? Whoa! No, that's fucking perfect. Anyway, post exploding, Tavros and Vriska are just kind of like, damn. Here we are being dead. What's up? Haven't seen you in a while. What's chilling? I like this conversation a lot. Because Vriska is being a lot less of a dick. And Tavros is also standing up for himself a lot more.
Yeah, he is.
It's like a nice... And she's just like, hey man, fuck.
Sorry about that murder.
Sorry about that. And he's like, I've been dead for a
Shit
while.
happens.
Like, it sucks. It was probably my fault. And she was like, no, that's not true. It was mine.
It was
I
for
was
sure
being
my
kind of
fault.
an asshole. I'm sorry. And he was like, well, it's cool.
It's all good.
It's I really like this a lot. It's like a lot.
He talks about like the confidence she gave him, like being her, and
Yeah,
being
I mean,
that
she's still an asshole.
self-absorbed. Like,
She's still an asshole. Don't get me wrong, but she's not like fucking evil anymore. She's just like kind of a shitty person now, right?
which is much more
This
tolerable.
is a massive improvement. Yeah.
Like this is a huge step. And Vriska, well, Tavros' main thing is like, he's like, I enjoy being dead. Like, I get to hang out with my friends. I get to do shit that I like really didn't get to do being a troll on Alternia and shit. Like, it's nice to not get shit on all the time. It's cool. And
This
now
is
he's
kind
more
of why,
confident.
even though I kind of joked about it before, like I'm totally fine with Vriska, leaving John in a fucking like dream bubble somewhere, because like this was a big part of her before. If you remember, it was like, I want to be important. I want to be the one who does the
I want
thing.
to steal the light.
Yeah, and the very like I think we talked about it before when she died. Death in Homestuck does not mean being wiped from existence, right? It exclusively means like you now sit the fuck out. You've been subbed out. You're no longer important. And for Vriska, that's a big deal.
That is killing her.
Yeah,
She hates
and
it.
like she can't fucking handle it anymore. She's like, I can't just fucking sit here. Like I need to be important. I need to be on the front lines doing shit. And so like that main character flaw is still very much there. It's still driving her actions.
She talks about the weird orange man that harassed her.
Yeah, why is fucking Andrew Hussey checking me out? I don't think Vriska understand. Vriska has not read Andrew Hussey's Form Spring, and does not know the atrocities that have been committed in her name.
Oh yeah, during that scene, there is a during the scene of like Vriska and Tavros talking, and she's like, "Yeah, there's a weird orange dude who keeps harassing me," and he's like, "Dave Sprite," and that whole conversation goes down. In the background, there's like a little guy.
There's a little Hussey.
That's Andrew.
I think
Hussey?
that was Hussey. Yeah,
Okay,
just
okay.
chilling in the background.
That's what I was
watching.
assuming, because it was like, oh, they're talking about him. That's the guy. But I wasn't able to get like a good enough look on him to be like, is that him? He's like really far away. And I don't think he was wearing the same fit either.
No,
but...
he's not wearing the same fit. I don't think, because he's just wearing his like green shirt again.
Oh no, it looked like he was wearing something different. Could you pull up that scene, actually?
Oh, my God.
You don't have to, but just, like, personal interest.
Yeah, no, he's just hiding behind a thing.
Okay.
He doesn't have a new outfit. He's just chilling behind a rock in the fucking desert. You thought he god-tiered?
No, I thought there was.
He had a god-tier
troll somewhere.
He was wearing a god-tier outfit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wore his Waste of Space one.
Yeah, I don't think he actually god-tiered, though. I think he was just wearing an outfit. he fucking died. Unless Andrew Hussey dying at the hands of Lord English was a just death. Yeah.
If Miss Paint sees him as a martyr and then avenges his death, then yes.
Oh my God, that'd be fucking beautiful. Can you imagine? That'd be fucking perfect.
She's the real winner.
Alright, we got a lot of Jake coming up.
Yeah, a lot of Jake.
Like a lot.
A lot of Jake.
Hundreds of pages. Not hundreds of pages, but it feels like it. This is also like the biggest lore drop in the entire comic, is this little bit with Jake. So Jake is in a dream bubble reliving a memory. So it's his birthday, and Dirk's like, hey man, I finished my fucking killer robot, here you go. And then this is when Jake, I guess, finds out that Dirk and Roxy are in the future.
Yeah.
So it essentially explains like what happens to the planet post the rebranding that we see in SJ and Enter, right? So
she just misses it.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So the Conus comes out and is like, "Hey y'all, I'm an alien. I'm also God.
So
I am now in charge of the planet. Fuck all of you.
If you have a problem with it, die."
And so she starts like trying to like turn Earth into Alternia.
Yeah.
By like changing people's blood, which like kills them, and like trying to assign them to Lusai, which also kills them because they get eaten by monsters, which explains all the Lusai on Jake's island. Yeah, these atrocities, all that type of shit, essentially just kill off the entire human race until Roxy and Dirk get just like dropped off 400 years in the future by some meteors. Wow. All right, so everyone's fucking dead, and yeah, it's the Conus' fault. The really crazy shit's coming up. Okay, they're talking about ancestors, right? John is raised alongside Jade as the Batter Witch's children, but he just kind of goes to become a nice, lovely comedian man. Good for him. I love that. I love that for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like imagine John as like a nice old man being a cool comedian boy.
Yeah, playing pranks and
just
getting into all kinds of shenanigans.
Oh, I love him. Jade went on to form Skynet Systems, which is a rival tech company that is specifically made to fuck with the Condis. Like, I'm making all my technology look like Lord English. Isn't that fucking scary? You fucking bitch. You're a little bitch. I'm on to you, asshole.
Yeah.
This then got her a trident to the chest, and Jake was forced to burn his own grandmother's body. Oh my God. I feel a little worse for Jake now.
Yeah. It's
we were being a little bit mean.
He's a very upbeat adventurer despite that.
He still sucks and I hate him, but no. I don't hate Jake. Guys, I was joking. I was joking. Actually, Jake's like, he's fine. He's all right.
He's fine.
He's fine. He's all right. And this makes I feel a little bit bad for him because this guy sucks. I'm sorry.
No one should have to burn their grandmother alive.
Yeah, that's a little much. God damn. Okay, so yeah, that's why Jake English is called that.
Yeah,
it's because Jade specifically took the last name English to fuck with her. Be like, I named myself after your boss because I know that's your enemy. Yeah, fuck you. Trying to keep that shit secret, but I'm all up in your grill. I'm entrenched in that grill, like whatever that thing Dave said a while ago. That was really funny. Okay, Rose and Dave take very similar like paths, where they basically criticize them through their art, which is why when if you remember in Dirk's introduction, he shows off the Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff movies, and he says it was a piece of like protest art. This is we're getting the greater context to that. But eventually they gotta go. They die, and that sucks. And then we skip backwards
because they gotta go. They gotta both fight the fucking Condis.
We skip backwards. Okay, all right. This fucking shit. Quotes from Dirk. Ever heard of Guy Fieri? He was an especially degenerate piece of filth. He used his connections and guile to wriggle into the spotlight and then onto other positions of power. He somehow landed on the U.S. Supreme Court. Over the years, other justices started mysteriously disappearing without being replaced. After helping rewrite the Constitution to form an incomprehensible patchwork of fascism, theocratic mandates, recipes, and bad rap lyrics, he weaseled his way up the ranks to become the High Chaplain of Interstellar War. I'm just gonna cut to the chase, because really this ain't a big history lesson here. He eventually came to be regarded as the third and final Antichrist. No other human in history was responsible for more death and suffering. How did you feel reading this?
I was laughing hysterically.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
I was like, damn, Guy Fieri, he actually is a monster.
The third and final Antichrist.
The myths are true.
Yeah, this is just Hussey, like, throwing shit at the audience. Like, this feels like fucking Sonichu issue 13. Like, just, like, this is some real, like, Chris gives Hitler the Sonichu medallion shit. Yeah. Like just throwing stuff out there, like bam, 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 bam. Lore drops of like Guy Fieri and an insane clown posse becomes the dual presidents of the United States. And High Chaplain of Interstellar War. Wow. And then they get fucking murdered. Why are you nodding? This is an auditory medium. The audience cannot hear you nodding. Stop that. No, stop. God damn it.
They heard that.
Oh, God damn it.
In the comments, reply if you heard that.
Reply, yeah. Press 1 in the comments if you heard ET nod there. So yeah, Dave kills both the presidents. It was fucking sick. Rose gouges out Guy Fieri's eyeballs with needles.
With her sewing needles.
And then they both die fighting the Batter Witch.
Yeah, who's just too powerful. She's like
Holy
all the
shit.
X-Men rolled into one.
All the X-Men rolled into one. Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Oh my god. How do I even start with that? Like,
yeah, like how do you she's too powerful.
She's so strong.
She's been using all this time to like research and study. I imagine she's also enhanced herself if she even needed it.
I wish my mother wouldn't watch so much Diners, Dive-Ins, and Dives if she knew that Guy Fieri would turn into such a monster.
Brainwashing.
Yeah. Wow. Alright. Oh, fuck. We get to this shit.
Oh yeah, what is it? When Dirk tells him about the Empress, he's like, yeah, she's like all the X-Men rolled into one in like a skin tight bodysuit, and Jake goes, yeah, what was it? I got it.
Does he say whoa, mama? Yeah, fucking great. Real Shucksbuster moment right there. That's pretty cringe. It's pretty Shucksbuster.
Jinkies like.
Whoa, crumbly boy. Oh, that's a crumbly.
Gadzooks.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, there we go. We're all fucked. Guy Fieri is going to become God. Insane Clown Posse will become the presidents. They will destroy American society. At least as much as is left of it.
Yeah, like the two guys that are left.
Okay, Jake finally finds out that he's in a dream bubble.
Mm-hmm. And
they have a very long conversation about how this Dirk is like a brain Dirk.
Yeah, he's like a memory splinter.
Yeah. This is weird as shit.
Yeah, I agree.
The best explanation anyone has for Brain Ghost Dirk, which is what he will be referred to as such from here on out.
Heard.
The best explanation people have is that he's the result of Jake and Dirk's classmates kind of intermingling. Because the aspect of hope is about like belief, and heart is about like souls and shit.
Yeah.
And like Dirk, like the Prince of Heart, it's one, a prince is one who destroys their aspect, one who destroys with their aspect. So the way that this manifests is that Dirk has a lot of like splinters of himself, as I'm sure you've already seen.
Yeah.
Multiple robots. His dream cells in him are constantly on at the same time. Right, like there's lots of different autoresponders. The biggest example of it. There's lots of different like versions of Dick. There's so many versions of his dick floating around.
It's everywhere.
But there's a lot of versions of Dirk that are just kind of floating around, and so it's the ability of Dirk's like soul to be splintered alongside Jake's like belief in it that makes Brain Ghost Dirk work. And it is important that, like, Brain Ghost for Dirk is not just, like, a figment this is not a Joker moment, right? This is not a hashtag Joker from the movie Joker moment where it's all in his brain.
What Dirk would say and do in these moments.
Dirk, yeah. Okay, ending of Joker comes around. Girlfriend was, spoilers for Joker, girlfriend wasn't real. It was all in his brain box. It was all in his think pan, right? Mm-hmm. And so what this means is that those scenes have all now been recontextualized, because whenever Joker's talking with fake girlfriend, you know that fake girlfriend, it's essentially him talking to himself. Yeah. So all the things that she's saying are like a different side of him about what he actually believes, right? Mm-hmm. It's a cool recontextualization. It's pretty sick. This is not that. This is Dirk.
Actually, Dirk.
This is not like Jake, like essentially thinking, like compartmentalizing like a part of himself as Dirk. Like no. This is Dirk, just like not our Dirk, and not autoresponder. Just like a new, also fully fledged function of Dirk that comes out of his brain. And it also doesn't really matter that much. It kind of matters.
It kind of matters?
It kind of... I take that back. It's kind of important. But, like, it's really weird, right?
It is odd.
It just kind of pops up.
Out of nowhere, yeah. Because, like, there's no preamble for, like, him having the ability. He splits himself a lot, but every other means seems, like, to make sense contextually. This is just kind of like, also, I'm here now, talking to you in your dream.
Brain Ghost Dirk is...
This isn't me, I'm a part of your imagination, but I am really Dirk.
I can suspend my disbelief on Brain Ghost Dirk. Like the classic explanation is good enough for me, but it's pushing it. Yeah. It's definitely pushing it. It's like alright, that works, I think.
All these different versions of Dirk, kind of, makes it reinforces the mirror he is of Dave, of all the different versions of himself constantly wandering around. Like with Dave, he's always getting help from future versions of himself, but with Dirk, he's constantly everywhere and having to be there.
It's a nice foil because, like, with Dave, all of the Daves are Dave, right?
Mm-hmm. They're just different iterations.
They're different iterations of Dave at different points in time. Whereas with Dirk, all of the Dirks are like
current Dirk
that are all also different. Like they're not all the same, but they're still him, right? Which is interesting. I mean, we also we got a little bit of this with Dave as well. Remember when he's like, "Oh, I don't want to meet like my bro necessarily." Yeah. It would have just been easier for me if I met an alternate universe me. So I'm so used to dealing with versions of me already. Yeah. Right? I don't know. It's interesting. Okay.
I also wonder why Dave is so hesitant to meet young teen Dirk.
Be because Dirk fucking died.
Yeah. I get that, but the same thing happens to Rose, and she seems much more happy to be able to interact with this person again.
But it's also, keep in mind that Dave had a much more like serious like grieving process, if you remember.
That's very true.
Like Rose and her mom weren't really as close, I feel, as Dave and Bro were. Yeah. Like Dave and Bro interacted a lot more, whereas Rose had this weird like passive aggressive thing going on with her mom. Yeah. With the newer context of Roxy, it almost kind of turns to be like a more tragic thing. Mm-hmm.
Because they were never intending it.
Yeah. Whereas like Dave, has a whole thing where like he mourns his brother like as a hero. Mm-hmm. I can see it being weird, like after going through that process, having to come to terms like this is my brother, but also it is totally not.
Yeah, it's for sure not at all the person I've interacted with my whole life.
I can definitely see that being like a weird thing to have to deal with. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think Rose is so like logical that I think Rose can just kind of compartmentalize it. Yeah, like, oh, I will now see this like new facet of my mother, mm-hmm. right? Oh, I'm interested to see where this goes, right? I think it's probably more personal for Dave. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting that you bring that up. Jake talks to Arania. No, that's in a second. We get a little break from Jake with the best part of the whole comic, Jack Jailbreak Adventure.
Jack Jailbreak.
This is a very obvious reference to Jailbreak. Jailbreak. Yes. Yeah. What a surprise. We'll read that at some point. I don't know when.
This is a very clear reference to Bard's Quest.
Yeah, of course, obviously. This segment's fucking great. there's not much to talk about with it.
Yeah,
It's just like, Jack is a horrible monster. I love all the suggestions are like, do this thing. And Jack, like, kind of does that thing, but mostly just kills people.
Yeah.
Get that guy's attention. It's like, you do that, but you get his attention by fucking stabbing him, and he's dead now.
He does have your attention now, though.
But very quickly, and only for a second. Oh my god, it's great. Like, that fucking big-ass dude walked into his cell, and I was like, oh shit, Jack's about to get the shit bit out of him. And it cuts back, and he's just fucking slamming his blood. He's like a fucking sociopath. He's just like a ball of, like, evil and murder and bloodlust. Which I don't think Undying Umbrage even reaches.
Oh,
like,
damn.
Undying Umbrage is all about, like, reveling in it, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm fucking laughing it up, I'm causing bad shit, right? Spade Slick is just like, I want to kill.
I want to kill.
Like, very matter-of-factly, like, I want death and destruction.
It is
and
70 degrees outside, and I want to murder people.
Yeah,
no emotion.
Yeah, like, I want to stab that guy. He will fucking die. I want to feel my knife slide into him, and it'll be real slick, and it'll feel nice. It's like, oh my god.
Bro, chill. Where, yeah, it does seem like you much prefers to have a like manipulate his
like
foes.
Laughing it up like actual fucking alien anime villain. Like, whoa, I'm fucking I'm so fucking bad and evil and mean.
So smart, you idiot.
Not smart. He just likes being like powerful and scary. He also likes murder and bloodlust and is evil and horrible. Yeah. But it's more like laughing it up, like reveling in it. Whereas Jack's just like, yeah, I love killing. Jack's like a much more deadpan Crumbopulous Michael. Yeah. He's just like, oh, I just love killing. I love killing things so much. It's like the best thing ever. All right, now Jake talks to Arania. I mean, Baby Mindfang. My bad.
Yeah, get it right.
Baby Mindfang talks about her mind reading powers. I like this characterization of Baby Mindfang. It's pretty cool. She kind of talks about like, oh, you know, I have my mind reading powers, so like to me, like thoughts aren't even really private. Like, you know, I've heard everyone's private thoughts, right? So I've just kind of been desensitized. Like, I don't care. Like, yeah, I can tell, like, you're into me. And, like, that's cool. That's fine. It wouldn't work. Like, it's not even really awkward for me. I know you think it would be, but, like, I don't care. Like, I've experienced that. And then Jake's like, oh, well, like, that sounds nice, you know, knowing that, like, everyone likes you. And she's like, no. I also have to deal with people that think I suck and I'm lame. And Jake talks about, like, the human mind's tendency to like focus on bad shit. Yeah. It's like how you hear like big YouTubers talk about like big YouTubers such as myself. But you know, like fucking Markiplier or whatever will show up and talk about like early days of YouTube and how like, you know, every comment is important, right? But then if you get like 10 positive comments and one comment that's like you sucked and like you just focus on that one, you know, it's kind of like that, but everywhere all the time in real life.
Yeah. You're getting that stream of comments constantly and notifications don't turn off.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we kind of move on to Mina a bit. Mina is like almost exactly like reverse Fefri in terms of like the way she was brought up, right? I was talking before about how there was some more nuance to Mina. It's kind of here where like Fefri is like this very kind-hearted soul. Like, oh, I'm gonna be a nice boy, and when I become the Empress, I'm gonna be super nice to everyone.
Everyone's
it's gonna be great.
Live.
I guess if that had happened, I don't know if Fefri would have necessarily stayed that way because we know that Doc Scratch would be getting into her brain, into her think pan, and scrambling some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, at the very least, she would have tried.
She would have tried, though, and that's what matters. Whereas Mina's the opposite. Mina's like, I want to go out and, like, be powerful and strong, and, like, I want to do whatever I want. But because of the before us, like, social hierarchy, like, if I become Empress, that is now, like, I am now a slave to the people. Like, I don't get to have my own life. Yeah. I now have to do what is best for the collective, and I don't want that.
Beneath me. And everyone's beneath me.
I think it's more of like this idea of like I want to be an individual. I don't want to be like a slave to duty. Yeah. It's less like I want to go fuck shit up and they want me to be a nice boy. It's more like I want to go be my own gal, and they want me.
This Mina.
Yeah, but not really. I don't think. I actually don't remember what her aspect is. I really have no fucking clue.
If I throw enough guesses out, eventually it'll be like, oh shit,
exactly 12 guesses. Actually,
I got 11 more.
You're almost there. You're fucking. You're doing a great job. Anything else you say before we get into this last little bit here?
Yeah, I want to make some comments on I really enjoyed the conversation between Jake and Arania, or Baby Mindfang.
Thank you. I would request that you refer to her by her proper title.
Baby Mindfang, formerly known as Arania, or whatever her name is, however you say it. Arachnia. No,
it is Arania.
Arania. Okay, cool.
Not to be confused with Aradia.
Right.
fucking kill me.
It's like, bro, you could make these
This
names a
problem has
little more
spread to the
different.
trolls now.
But I really enjoyed that conversation. I also really liked Dirk's ghost's brain self constantly like chiming in, being like, dude, I can't believe you thought about
gaslighting him and like, whoa, dude, I can't believe you were thinking such like bad thing,
mushy thoughts.
Yeah,
Whoa.
really like don't think about a white rabbit situation. It's
Yeah.
like, God, I wasn't thinking
I
about it.
wasn't
Now you're
until you
making
said it.
fuck you.
And there's a moment where Dirk and him argue, and he's like, "Please don't give me a boner," because he's like, he's told him that he can
Yeah,
control
he's
his
like,
body
wait,
functions.
wait. Got it.
Boner
It's
city.
like, God damn it.
No. Also, what was it? Yeah, he says that was X-rated as fuck, bro. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh man, God, that was so mean. Oh my God, I can't believe you would think about that.
And during the jailbreak bit, Slick stuffs that whole guard into a pumpkin.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then he
did.
teleports him with a waste teleporter, but it goes to what I assume is the White Queen.
He rewires it.
Oh,
Remember, he opens up the panel and he rewires
yeah.
it to send it straight to the White Queen.
All right.
Because, listen, Jack likes murder and killing and being awful, but he understands that a public servant deserves to be recognized for their work. Here you go, Queenie.
Here you go.
Here's your funny man. And she's like, go fucking kill that guy. He's like, oh, shit.
Then a whole squad of dudes pops up, and I believe he'll murder every single one of them.
Yeah, it's very possible.
He is an amazing killer.
He's so fucking scary.
But now we can get you the Draconic Dignitary.
Yeah, speaking of amazing killers, Diamond Srug is trying to get this mess cleaned up. Like, these fucking kids are still alive. God damn it. We thought we killed like 3 of them, but actually there's only like 1 of them that's dead. And now,
the other one didn't stay dead. Like,
this fucking sucks.
and that Prince kid is fucking all throughout the architecture. I can't even search him.
So he pulls some smooth moves on the new Black Queen, aka the Condess, and is like, hey boss, listen, we gotta pulling some smooth moves. I'm gonna offer to light your cigarette even though you don't have one. Right? And she's like, you got it? Here's a Gundam. He's like, okay. Awesome. I believe he refers to it as a classy move by the queen. But he's like, I'm also a little lower key, a little more casual if you think about it. And so she gives him the Ring of Power. Amazon Prime, the Rings of Power, airing now on Amazon Prime. She gives him the ring. So this ring, it looks a little different. There's no little circles
orbs,
on it,
yeah.
right? Because there's no prototyping.
No one's prototyped yet.
So what do you think the ring does? Who the fuck knows?
Who
You're about to
knows?
find out next section. Whoa. Also, you've seen this ring already.
Is this the one that WV had?
No. WV had the ring from his session.
I've seen this one already.
Because that's the one that she has now. Male princess.
Oh yeah, that's one Male Princess has now. So yeah, what? Have I seen this ring before?
You have, yes. All right, we'll get into the animation. The animation cinches it. So Dee Dee now decides to ascend.
Yeah.
Get this fucking Toby Fox black music out of here.
This is too hype.
This is too hype. We need some more casual music. Put on a Midnight Cruise soundtrack. Mwah. And there's some good reveals in this, genuinely. First off, this music is great.
Yes.
Hell yes. His monochrome women.
he's just looking.
I'm glad they kept that from
monochrome
intermission,
women.
and I'm glad they did. Everyone under 30 is not allowed to watch this animation because they were tits out.
Yeah.
Like just fucking out there. Like wow. Like actual like naked women in this comic for babies.
It's like you gotta skip this animation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is Hella Jeff comic where it's like this is for people 42 and over.
Yeah.
Stop sucking the dick of man's best friend, bro. It's like that, but in DD is said more casually. Okay, Jake and Baby Mindfang are just like about to go talk to Mina. Cool, we already knew they were doing that. We see that Spade Slick is alive. After he got tossed off the fucking top of the building.
Climbs back up.
Yeah, but he just comes back up. He's chill, hanging out with Mrs. Payne and Arthur, drinking some milk. Good for him. This is where, all right, Andrew Hussey tries to give one of the power rings to Vriska. That's the ring he gives her.
That was the wedding ring. Okay.
So,
Marry me.
either that's the same ring, and he somehow gets it, or that's the prospect ring.
Oh, like it's matching pair. Okay.
Yeah. Not sure,
Yeah.
but this animation confirms that.
Mm-hmm.
So Andrew Hussey, right now, in the spirit world, has either the other ring or this ring in a time loop. Dirk and Roxy are getting fucked. They're getting attacked
Yeah,
by
yeah.
drones. Everything is awful.
Everyone sweeps in.
Just everything's on fire. It's horrible. It's terrifying. This is the big one. All right. Remember GCat? Teleporting around doing shit?
He's on the Empress's lap.
GCat is being mind controlled by Candace. So everything that GCat has been doing up until now
has been her move.
Yeah, facilitating the game.
Okay.
Everything GCat's been doing up until now has been by the will of the Empress, aka Lord English.
I assume the Empress also set that bomb up, earlier in the mailbox.
No, I think that was just a genuine assassination attempt.
Oh,
by like a member of the public or something.
Noted.
No, I don't think that was her.
Okay, that makes more sense because I was like, why would you set the bomb up and then save her from it? Well,
yeah.
Why? But okay, that handles that.
There we go. DD ascend more casually. It's very casual.
It's so casual how he ascends.
He's such a cool fucking dude.
He's so dope.
Next week we have pages. We are finishing Act 6, Act 3.
Ooh.
Is that what we're in right now? Yeah, we are. We're finishing Act 6, Act 3, which is pages 4945 through 5262. One more time
for people in the back.
People that are way in the back. 4945 through 5262. This next reading section ends on my favorite animation in the comic. Ooh. Do you remember when we watched Cascade and I specifically said this is the best one, but it's not my favorite?
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
Okay.
I love this one a lot.
Does this one have Callie in it?
Yes.
Ooh. I'm excited.
I'm so fucking hyped. That's it, everybody. Oh, what is that? Is that?
Oh God!
It's the fucking Gundam that the Black Queen gave to Diamond's Droop. But wait, who's driving it? It's Club's Deuce driving the Gundam. He's destroying buildings on our entire city plot.
What?
Holy shit!
I think he just is looking for a new hat, but he's blowing everything up.
Oh my god! I hope he doesn't find out about the Discord server and the Twitter link down below and our Patreon where you can get cool art from the episodes and give us money.
I hope he doesn't hear about it.
I hope he doesn't. Oh shit! His super mega Gundam hearing heard, and now he's coming over here to ask us about our incredible things that are down in the description.
That's where I keep all my secret hat locations.
He's gonna break through the building. Quick, we have to get out of here. Oh god. We'll try to run away and we'll hope that my house isn't in shambles. We'll find out on the next episode of the GrubCast.